right? So, how do we become a better leader? What are all the types of leadership that we can follow? There are multiple leadership approaches that you can follow. I'm going to discuss that today, and I'm certain it will be very useful. So, ensure that you listen to it carefully, and if you have any questions, I can always clarify. How do we become a better leader? First, let's define what is leadership. Leadership is nothing but you influencing, you inspiring, you guiding others to achieve a goal, and you making them believe that yes, they can do well. You making them understand that they have the capability. You inspiring them by doing. Leadership is all about leading from the front. So it is a position where you will pull others to do their work nicely and to reach the overall goal, being the leader. So understand, leadership is no easy. Leaders have some common traits. Means all the great leaders, take Mahendra Singh Dhoni, take Dr. APJ Abdul Kalam, take Elon Musk, take anybody who has been super successful in being a leader, they will have a vision. They will have a very clear vision. They will have empathy. They will have very clear communication and strategies. And most important point, take Abdul Kalam sir for this example, integrity is inborn in him. So integrity, they will never leave it. So they will have effective communication. They will also have fantastic integrity as part of it. No compromise at all. And decision making ability. They will be nice decision makers. There are leaders like K. Kamaraj of Tamil Nadu, who was former chief minister. They had empathy. He was the first person to come and say that, okay, these children are not coming to school. If I had to make them to come to school, we can tell them that come to school, learn. I'll also give you food in the school. Why are you not coming to school? Because you need food. For that, you are going outside making money. The school children, that age children, should not be into this attitude. Okay, I will give you food, come to school. Empathy. That's the leadership. And people should be having that kind of vision also. A leader should not just be transactional. You are not a transactional person. Means that you do not have to think just about today. You will have to think about tomorrow. You will have to think about next year. You will have to think about the future. You are a person who must have a great vision to be called as a great leader. Empathy is very important, as I told you. You just need to understand that, okay, this particular person is facing the problem. How do I solve it? How do I help him in coming out of the problem? The empathy is going to be super important. And above all these, right, all of us, you, me, anybody, most of the problems can be sorted if you are communicating in a nice way. People forget this. When you become a leader, you cannot communicate in an arrogant way. You will have to be still composed, calm, and communicate in a nice way that your team listens to you and team understands. I read this somewhere. Communication is not about speaking. Communication is also about listening. You should develop the attitude of listening. Understand, communication is also about listening. And most important, above anything else, if you are having integrity, if your team trusts that, yes, this guy is having superb integrity and we should also follow this guy so that we can be a great leader in future, there is nothing like that. Decision making, yes, of course, I told you that leaders must have great decision making skills. There are a lot of confusion between the leadership and management. Management is different. Leadership is different. Management is entirely into the process. We need to understand one basic point. Leadership and management are not the same, but both are super essential for you to run the organization. If you look at the left side in the picture I have given you very clearly, leadership focuses on people. It's all about people, influencing people, motivating people, guiding them towards a shared vision, making them believe that they can do. That's what is called leadership. But on the other side, if you see, the management focuses on the process, structuring, organizing, and ensuring that the tasks are completed pretty efficiently. They will look into the process. And in terms of the approach that we are looking into, leaders will always be inspiring. A great leader is an inspiration, right? They bring emotional intelligence and vision to the table. They will ensure that they inspire you. But on the other side, if you look into it, the managers are more planning focused. They ensure schedules. They ensure that all the resources are in place. They ensure that the processes are all aligned properly. So this comes into that part of it. And outcome, you need to be a great leader, and a great leader always has a great vision. You need to create what is there, what is the vision for the future. For management, it's about execution, delivering results through the proper order and the structure. You will have a vision as a leader. The management will ensure that the execution is done so as to meet the vision. So these two are two sides of the coin. They are not the same, but they are needed. You cannot have just leaders. You need to have management. You cannot have just management. You need to have leaders. So it's like two sides of the coins, which you cannot really ignore. So understand the significant difference between the leadership and management here. All right. There are 5 types of leadership that you can go ahead and work with, leadership styles that you can work with. Autocratic leadership is the first one. These leaders are like very strict. They'll say it's my way or the highway. The leader will make decisions unilaterally. Very little inputs will be taken from the others, and very high level of control the leader will hold. Where can we use it? This is done during the crisis time. If a company is going through a very tough time, crisis time, we can go ahead with this approach. Military and the production lines. You take army, navy, military. There it will be autocratic leadership. One person will decide everything. Very, very little input will come from others. And production line, of course, yes, it has to be autocratic leadership. What is the biggest weakness that we have in this approach, sir? Very simple. When people are not able to contribute or when people are not able to communicate what they feel, this can lead to low morale, right? That's a major problem. But if you are a great leader, if you know what is right, if you know what you want, if you know what's going to be done, what's going to be the future, like Steve Jobs, right? You will be very successful with this model. You can refer Steve Jobs as a simple example here. He's a great leader, but autocratic leader. He is known for the control and perfectionism that he always carried with it till his end. And he is all perfect. He's a great leader, no doubt. But he's an autocratic leader. All right. The second one is democratic. It is very participative in nature. These leaders will say, let's decide together. Right? These leaders will involve team in making any decisions. They will promote strong collaboration. They will build trust. They will try to build a team which is full of trust. But what are the advantages when you go ahead with this? Where can we use it? Wherever inputs can improve the decisions, wherever the inputs can really take the value that you produce to the next level, wherever the participation can really help you in building things better, we can use this. But this can really lead to slower decisions because so many people are participating. There could be 12 inputs from 5 people who are sitting in the team. So we need to really spend time in understanding which is going to be the best decision and how do we pick it up. This will be really slow in nature. Sundar Pichai is an example for democratic way of leadership, and he's actually encouraging diverse voices in decision making. He is a very democratic leader. People always sound right. Next one is transformational leadership. This is very, very interesting type. The leaders should inspire to transform, right? You need to have a vision very clearly. You should be highly motivated. These kind of leaders are very highly motivated. At times they will seem to be like totally unrealistic as well, but they will have a lot of motivation. They want the change. They are the change makers, right? They empower. They elevate the followers. They ensure that they empower. They create things. They are innovators, right? When you are working in the change management, you are trying to change things from where it is today to where it has to be tomorrow and in the future. You will follow this approach. Weakness, yes, there is a definite risk available because these leaders may have sometimes unrealistic vision, right? Initially, it will appear to be very, very unrealistic and it could fail as well. So there could be a risk of burnout, and most importantly, the unrealistic vision is part and parcel of this leadership type. Elon Musk is the best example. He is very visionary, highly motivated. He leads the team with motivation and innovation. But yes, there is a risk always connected. So transformational leadership is another method where you will definitely transform. You will be an inspiration. You will definitely make the people like feel like, okay, this is the guy whom I should work under. But there are risks connected to it. That's okay. It's part and parcel of every approach that we follow. Next one is transactional. Transactional leaders are like day-to-day leaders. They want day-to-day things to be done. Get the job done. That's all. I want you to work. I don't care how you work. I'll reward you if you do well. I'll punish you if you're not doing well. It's more on performance focused stuff. Very structured, very clear roles, When you have the sales team being led, you will have target for them. You want the job to be done, that's all. And complaints heavy industries always go with this kind of approach where they cannot compromise on complaints because it will create a lot of ruckus later. So the sales team, the complaints heavy industries, all those are really, really very heavily oriented towards the transactional leadership model. Weakness, this will definitely limit the creativity because it's going to be very transactional in nature. You have to do this, get the result. You have to do this, get the result. If you are not doing it, you will get the punishment. It's going to be like, do this, that's all. I want this to be done. This is very, very straightly oriented towards the target, and that way it's going to be very difficult. The people who are creative may not like this approach. Initially, it is believed that Bill Gates from Microsoft was like this. He used to set target, and initially, during the early phases of Microsoft, yes, Bill Gates was said to be this. So, transactional leadership is the next one. And this one is laissez-faire. We call it laissez-faire. It's a French phrase which always says that to let do or to let be. It's delegation. It's mostly delegation. We will trust our employees. See, I actually follow this approach. I trust my employees to do their work. I will not interfere in my team. I give the work to my team. I recruited my team, so I know what they are. I trusted their quality and their capability, so I should not interfere. Unless they need help, I should not go and interfere. That's it. That's called this approach of laissez-faire. And minimal interference should be there. That's it. So this will encourage the teams to be very creative. It will create skilled professionals, but there may not be structural perfection in this approach. The leader has to be really conscious about this. Warren Buffett, as we all know, he allows the team leaders to make decisions independently. He's the best example for this approach. So we have seen 5 different types of leadership. The first one is autocratic, second one is democratic, third one is transformational, the fourth one is transactional, and the fifth one is laissez-faire. Right? So please understand, all these approaches are very good for certain areas. If you want to work on some particular genre, you need to really pick the corresponding method which is suitable for you. You cannot say, I will take the same kind of leadership for everything. As I told you, the first one, autocratic, is going to be like do as I say. This is fast but not collaborative. Suitable for military, as I told you. Democratic, let's decide together. This will lead to very high level of engagements. Transformational, you need to inspire. You need to tell them that you are going to work on something which is going to be the thing called future. You will be very visionary, ideal for startups, product launches, cultural changes totally, all this. Transactional, yes, it is all performance focused. It is going to be reward or punishment driven. Sales mostly works this way. What gets measured gets done. That's all. It's very simple. Clear targets, clear rewards. Do this, take reward. That's it. And laissez-faire, finally, minimum control, very high autonomy. Very suitable for skilled, self-driven teams like research and development, the innovators. You know what to do is the approach that I follow. But again, if it is not followed properly, it can lead to chaos. So, we have got 5 leadership styles: autocratic, transformational, democratic, laissez-faire, and transactional. I am sure you would have liked this content. So please go ahead and discuss within your teams, discuss within yourselves even, analyze which one is going to be better for the work that you are going to do. Alright. Now I am going to give you a quick activity you guys have to do. I am going to give 5 different problem statements. Just have a look at it. First one is the production plant crisis. A machine fails during a crucial deadline. Decisions must be taken immediately. You need to discuss and understand which style of leadership would suit for this. Second one is innovation brainstorming. A startup wants to design a new user-friendly AI product and needs idea from everyone. Third one, company transformation. A mid-sized company is pivoting to AI-based solutions and needs cultural shift and vision alignment. Which one would you follow? Sales team performance. A regional sales team needs motivation to meet targets with reward tied to the KPIs. Finally, the research think tank. A team of experienced PhDs working on long-term tech research needs freedom and trust. So which method do they follow? All these 5, you need to understand which type of leadership approach do they follow for getting success. Right? I hope it was interesting. If you have questions, please type it in the chat. I'll be very happy to answer.